Alright y'all, it's time to get the head put on. Now I've already come over here and got the RP head studs threaded down into the block, just finger tight. That's the way those go. Now I've got my new Tommy head gasket here, hanging. And I'm fixing to put a little bit of copper gasket sealer on it, both sides. Probably isn't necessary, but I just do it because hell, it couldn't hurt. And while that's drying, I'm going to get this painter's tape off of the bottom of the head, where I put it on there just to protect the surface while I was working on it. And I'll clean off any residue with some mineral spirits. By that time, hopefully the gasket will be all dried up and be ready to put everything all together there. Because I'm really wanting to get that put back together and rebagged so that I can have my little table here for working on these parts. Last night when I left off, these were all still gross and dirty and together, and so before I ended up at night, I went ahead and took it all apart and bagged up the bolts and degreased it a little bit. I'm going to be cleaning a lot of this with the a laser rust removal tool, except for the alternator and the pump itself. But the rest of the parts I'll clean up for powder coating. Like I said, I'm going to get me a new alternator. So let me get to getting this sprayed. I don't want to do it over here near the head. I just got it hanging there for show for now. But I'll get it sprayed and bring y'all back for getting the head put on. And alright y'all, that copper gasket sealer is all dried up on the head gasket, and I got the deck of the head all cleaned back up. I know I didn't show this on video, but I actually even polished the deck there to a mirror finish. So this should seal excellently. So I'm going to get our head gasket down off of here. And we're going to bring it on over and get it laid into place. Let's see here. Shabon. Ain't quite wanting to go over that one new dowel I put on there. That'll be okay. When I set the head on there, it'll press it on down in there. Whew. All right. This is always fun. Getting all these to line up. There we go. But once you do, it goes right down on there. I think I'm going to have to get a little bit of a whack here on the corner with my rubber mallet. Get the seat down on that dowel. All right. Looks like it's on down on there. And if you do have to tap it, make sure you use a rubber mallet and do not hit the cams or anything. Always hit the thick spots along the edge. But it's down on there now. So we ready. Oh, Skittles. Well, we ain't ready, folks. I forgot when installing the ARP head studs that, let me get y'all in a little bit closer. You can't do it with the cams in. So I get to take these cams all the way back out one more time. So I'm probably not going to show you all this. I have another video where you can see me torquing down a head on ARP head studs. I'll put a link to that up here. But I'll catch back up with y'all a little bit later, because I got to get these cams back out to bolt this down. Alright y'all, so rather than pick up the head, because these here washers aren't going to fit down in there, and even if I tried to slide underneath, it won't go up over. Now these ARP head studs in this ka24de are only going in there finger tight. So what we're going to do is we're just going to use a little hex key, and we're going to just back out the whole stud with the drill bit. We're going to pull it up and out of the way. And we can just slide our washer in there and put it back in the hole. Just reverse the drill and drive it on back down in there. Now, I do believe the nuts will fit right down in through these holes, and you have to use a star bit socket to get them, but I just wanted to show you that little quick trick there, so if you're doing this yourself and you come across that same problem, you don't get frustrated over it. Alright y'all, well that's going to be it for tonight. Got the head on here, got it torqued down, cam's all back in there, and I'm getting ready to button it up and put the bag back on it. I just figured I'd give y'all a look at the oil pan and show you how it's all turning out. And again, these lights here in the garage just don't do that powder coating justice. I can't wait to get it all put together and maybe open up the garage during the daytime and let y'all give it a look. We finally got those other parts painted. The other one's still hanging up there, the water pump, the front timing cover. Not going to put those on yet, and actually I'm going to be taking this upper timing cover back off. I'm going to leave it on here now for while I got bagged up just to protect that head gasket, keep it from getting crumpled and folded over. But up next for this engine, after we do a little bit more polishing, I got some more powder coating to do, is I'm going to install the adjustable cam gears and get the timing set installed. And we're going to degree the cams so that they open perfectly in time, because anytime you change the thickness of the head gasket or you deck the head, you change the distance for the timing chains, and that can actually put your timing off just a few degrees. Not really a big deal, but since I'm going with aftermarket cams, I want to get my timing just perfect. So that'll be coming up soon. But like I said, for now, that's it for tonight. I gotta get the garage cleaned up here a little bit so I can do a little bit more work. I'm gonna get started on polishing the intake manifold, get these parts cleaned up with the laser so I can get them powder coated in preparation for putting it all back together. And then up next, coming up soon, I should have my new transmission here and the turbo kit that we'll be installing. So stay tuned.